when color is no longer just decoration but a stream of energy. Some years demand that you hold on tightly to what feels like it's slipping through your fingers, but there are also years when you need to stand still and the right things will find their way to you. 2025 is such a year, especially for Taurus. Quiet, unannounced. But if you stay still enough, you'll feel it moving beneath the surface, like an underground stream beginning to rise, an invisible current weaving through your finances, health, emotions, and the peace you've long yearned for. You don't need to chase luck, just live in tune with your frequency and luck will return to where it belongs. Strangely, sometimes, that frequency is encapsulated in a color, a scarf, a light, a detail so small others might overlook. But if you choose correctly, it opens an entire door. Taurus embodies Earth. It signifies roots and enduring values that withstand storms. In 2025, as Venus, your ruling planet, aligns powerfully with Uranus and the universe's hidden energy axes begin to shift, you won't need to change to keep up with the times. Just return to your most authentic self. The three upcoming colors aren't trends, they're signals. Codes of recovery, prosperity, and deep connection. Sent just for you. If you sense something softly stirring inside you, even if you're unsure of the reason, then this article is intended for you. Group 1, Taurus, born from April 20 to 29. Calm on the outside, a door always locked on the inside. You belong to the early Taurus group, carrying the original Earth energy directly transmitted from Venus. You embody stability, the one who stays when others are in turmoil. But because you're often the one bearing responsibility, you've developed an instinct to be self-reliant at all costs, not easily opening up, not easily asking for help. You try to control your emotions, finances, and major life decisions because relying on others often leaves you feeling unsafe. Perhaps somewhere in the past, you believed someone would stay but they didn't. Or you once entrusted someone with a decision and later regretted it. Since then, you've chosen to control everything to avoid being hurt again. But sometimes, that very need for control keeps the door shut, even when luck is quietly waiting right outside. Smoky brown, the color of silent power. Smoky brown may not be considered beautiful by society standards, but it's the color of those who no longer need to impress the outside world. It doesn't shine brightly, doesn't immediately catch the eye, but the longer you look, the more you see yourself in it. Deep, subdued, and trustworthy. That's why this color is especially suitable for early Taurus, those with strong inner lives who always choose certainty over showiness. According to color psychology, brown represents stability and a solid foundation. When mixed with smoky gray, it becomes a symbol of protection and self-control, a natural defense mechanism for those who have once been hurt after trusting the wrong people. For this Taurus group, control isn't a habit, it's a way to protect their safe zone. But 2025 is the year when your ruling planet Venus forms a favorable aspect with Pluto, the symbol of internal transformation. And smoky brown is the color that helps you redefine freedom, not about how much you can hold on to, but about no longer fearing loss. When you carry smoky brown, you don't need to say anything. Just appearing with a calm gaze, a smoky brown wallet, or a workspace in this tone is enough for the world to sense you're as steady as the earth and not easily swept away by any wave. This color helps you maintain emotional boundaries, avoid entanglements in unnecessary matters, and most importantly, return to your original state. No strain, no defense, just simple steadfastness. If there's a time for transformation, it's this year. And if there's a color to accompany you on that journey, it's smoky brown. Not to change you, but to help you live true to your strong but peaceful self that has always existed within. Activating the smoky brown frequency? To let smoky brown truly support you, you don't need anything dramatic. Just start with the things you interact with daily. For work, a smoky brown notebook can help define your boundaries, what needs to get done, and which emotions you don't need to carry. That color will speak enough for you without needing words. In your finances, switch your wallet or important folders to a smoky brown tone, not to attract wealth, but to remind you of something far more important. Stabilize your inner world before managing the outer one. When you're internally stable, money will choose you as a worthy place to settle. True abundance doesn't come from control, but from the peace you build within yourself. For your mind, place an obsidian or smoky quartz stone where you work. When unease, worry, or mental noise shows up, don't react right away. Touch that stone, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, and you'll remember you've been through harder things. This time you'll be steady, like the earth beneath you. Smoky brown, the color of enduring foundations. Whether you're feeling lost, steady for now, or already thriving, smoky brown remains your frequency. If you're struggling, this color helps you regain your footing, from mindset to finances, from trust to emotions. If you're stable, it helps you go deeper, more serene, so you can move forward without getting pulled into what doesn't matter. And if you're doing well, this color keeps you from becoming scattered, not arrogant, and not losing yourself in success. True sustainability doesn't lie in speed, but in roots. And Taurus, born from April 20 to 29, you belong to the earth. Just choose the right color at the right time, and you'll not only be okay, but steadfast in a way nothing can shake. Smoky brown isn't just a color, it's a frequency, a state of living, a statement that you don't need to change to fit anyone. You just need to live true to yourself, and luck will find its way to you. You often don't share your stories unless someone is patient enough to listen. If today something in this video made you feel like someone truly understands me, then share a moment when you quietly did the right thing, not for attention, but because your heart told you to. Taurus Group 2, born from April 30 to May 9. You're always trying to prove something, but sometimes even you don't know to whom. Group 2 holds a unique kind of energy right at the heart of Taurus, where Venus shines the brightest. This energy gives you stability, elegance, and persistence, but it also makes you deeply sensitive to 2 things: your sense of self-worth and whether others recognize it. You live responsibly, calmly, and always strive to do things well, not for appearances, but because you want to know whether your efforts are truly worth it. That's why, from a very young age, you've been used to trying harder than others, trying to do things well, trying not to make mistakes, trying to become someone everyone needs and everyone respects. But the more you try, the more tired you become. Tired of always feeling like you have to prove that you're better than people think. No one's forcing you, but you're the one putting pressure on yourself because you don't want to be looked down on. You're not afraid of failure, you're afraid of being seen as ordinary. And in 2025, as Jupiter expands the energy around your reputation and finances, that feeling might grow even stronger. Compatible color, golden beige, the color of recognition without applause. Golden beige isn't loud, but when it shows up, people pause. Not because it's flashy, but because it has presence. This color is a blend of gold, symbolizing value, and beige symbolizing calmness and experience. It doesn't try to stand out, but always makes others want to listen, and that is exactly what you need in 2025. Mid-Taurus holds the steady energy of Venus, but in 2025, when Jupiter expands your financial and public energy fields, the need to prove yourself can become even stronger. Golden beige helps you slow down to realize that you don't need to push harder, but to stand firmer. It activates the frequency of "I know who I am," and once you truly believe that, the world starts to revolve around you, rather than you needing to prove yourself to it. Activating the golden beige frequency. At work, wear a golden beige detail during meetings, presentations, or decision-making moments as a subtle signal that I don't need to be loud to be trusted. For finances, switch your phone case, planning journal, contract folder, or document holder to this golden beige tone so that every time you look at it, you remember you're building lasting value, not chasing temporary achievements. As for your living space, opt for warm beige lighting, bed sheets, or armchairs, like an invitation to return to your true safe space, a place where you don't need to try hard just to be yourself. You don't need to claim the spotlight to prove your worth. True strength lies in continuing forward without being swept up in others' expectations. Golden beige doesn't hold you back. It simply helps you stop running out of pressure so you can start walking with purpose. This color doesn't slow you down, it deepens you. It doesn't hinder your growth, it keeps you from getting lost in the applause. Wherever you are on your energetic path, still finding your place, steadily moving forward, or already achieving success, this is still the color that reminds you of one truth. You don't need to try so hard to be seen. You just need to continue, true to your essence, and you'll be remembered because you're unlike anyone else. If you're feeling lost, golden beige will steady you so you don't trade yourself away for a compliment. If you're stable, this color will lift you to a new level of presence where you don't have to speak, yet people still listen. And if you're already successful, it will help you stay centered within the very reputation you've built. No matter where you are on the journey, this color hasn't come to change you, but to remind you. You've been enough for a long time. Now all you need to do is step into your light. To Taurus Group 2. This color helps free you from the weight of having to overperform, so you can start attracting exactly what you've long been sowing. If you're aiming for promotion, expanding your role, or making a mark professionally, this is the color that activates your steady presence and ability to be chosen. In finances, this is the color that connects with the energy of holding money, accumulating, stabilizing your income. You'll stop overspending just to prove your worth and begin managing your finances proactively with a plan. This color helps you attract financial opportunities from those who trust you, long-term partners, valuable collaborators, or a timely offer from someone above you. In your personal life, golden helps your relationships feel lighter. You won't have to overextend just to be liked. You'll become naturally magnetic and maintain lasting connections with those who truly resonate. In terms of health, this color represents recovery and nervous system balance, helping ease tension, deepen your sleep, calm your breathing, and give you clarity on what you truly need. You're good at enduring, good at doing your part well, but have you ever thought, if only someone knew how much I've been holding up? If any part of this video touches that feeling, share a moment when you tried, succeeded, but never told anyone. Write it down, not for recognition, but so you no longer have to carry something you should already be proud of. Taurus Group 3. Born from May 10 to May 20. You live quietly, but your inner world is far from silent. Taurus individuals born in the final days of this sign are calm on the surface but incredibly sensitive within. You don't talk much, you don't like drawing attention, but you observe everything intensely. You notice the tiniest changes in someone's tone of voice, their eyes, the emotional current in the room. What makes you so perceptive? It's because you reside in the transition zone between Taurus and Gemini, where Earth meets air. One side keeps you grounded, the other makes you feel everything faster than the others. This combination creates someone like you, calm outside, constantly analyzing inside. You think before you speak, you feel before you react. But because you experience life so delicately, you tend to keep things in, not because you're weak, but because you've opened up before and no one listened, or you expressed something and were misunderstood. So you retreat inward, not out of fear of others, but as a way to protect yourself. Your fear isn't loneliness. It's the fear that if you show your true self, others won't understand what you're carrying inside. You're afraid of being labeled too sensitive, too quiet, or too unpredictable. You want to be yourself and still be respected for who you are. That's why you often choose to live quietly, not because you're closed off, but because you're protecting the softest part of you. The right color, taupe gray. Why is this the one for you? You don't like showing off, but you still want to be understood. You don't like noise, but you also don't want to be forgotten. And that's exactly why taupe gray, a warm gray infused with earth tones, is the color made for you. This color won't make you stand out, but it makes people remember. Remember through a feeling, through trust, through a kind of energy that's hard to put into words. Taupe gray isn't loud, but it carries a magnetic field of its own. It protects your energy, holds your boundaries, and draws in the right connections. Deep, slow, but lasting. In color psychology, neutral gray soothes the nervous system, calms thought patterns, and reduces negative emotion. Meanwhile, the earth tone blended in gives you a sense of safety, rootedness, and resistance against being swept away. For those born in the final Taurus days, who naturally absorb energy from others, this is the color that helps you hold your center without needing to build walls. Activating the taupe gray energy. You don't need to change your personality, you just need to give yourself a space that feels safe enough to live authentically while still being respected. Taupe gray doesn't change who you are. It anchors your strength quietly, shielding you from the world's noise. In work, incorporate warm gray into your space. A supportive chair, a fountain pen, a journal, or even a pillow. Whenever you feel emotionally shaken by others, gently lean back and breathe. This color reminds you, you don't need to read anyone's mind, just stay focused on what you're doing. In finances, you're good at sensing money flow, but sometimes easily influenced by emotions or people who stir your worry. Use a taupe gray wallet, card holder, or financial folder as an energetic shield. It won't just help stabilize your income and spending. It protects you from being pulled in too many directions. You'll begin making decisions based on real value, not social pressure or comparison. This helps you hold what you have and opens long-term opportunities built on solid ground. In your emotional life, this color should show up where you need to exhale: your bedroom, meditation corner, or personal workspace. A soft gray curtain, a cozy taupe coat, or even a small stone on your desk can help you maintain relationships that are right for you. Where you don't have to try to be liked, you attract the right people with your quiet, deep, and trustworthy energy. The connections that enter your life now won't be shallow, and they won't be shallow, and they're likely to stay because they see you for who you are. In terms of health, rest your hand on a taupe gray object nearby and close your eyes. It helps you reduce emotional energy loss and prevents burnout from mental overload. It creates a space of balance, helping you sleep better, think more clearly, and not feel exhausted by other people's problems. Taupe gray helps you stay calm, grounded, and immune to being swayed. You still move forward, but with clarity and intention. And when you hold your ground, money, work, and meaningful relationships begin to find you without you having to chase them. Maybe at some moment you chose silence, not because you had nothing to say, but because you weren't sure anyone wanted to listen. If any part of this video made your heart soften, maybe this is the quiet space where you can finally tell your story. A moment you held back your words, a feeling you once swallowed. That story might just find its way to someone who needs it most. Taurus is not a zodiac sign that needs to stand out to be loved. You don't need to draw attention. You don't need to try too hard to be seen. In 2025, each Taurus birth group carries a different essence. Those born early in the month need to learn how to stand firm in what they believe, while still allowing others to come closer instead of building walls. Those born mid-month need to release the pressure gently to excel, to always strive, because you are already more complete than you think. And those born in the final days of Taurus must learn how to hold on to their deep inner world without isolating it from the outer world. The three corresponding colors, smoky brown, golden beige, and taupe gray, aren't here to change you. They're here to bring you gently back to yourself. In a world that constantly pushes you to move faster, be better, resemble someone else, just remember, being yourself is already a form of success. You don't need to choose all of them. Just one color that helps you see more clearly what you're truly ready to embrace or finally let go. That is your color for 2025. If you feel this video aligns with your energy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more applied astrological insights. And if you have friends or loved ones who are Taurus, or if you feel what's said in this video also speaks to their journey, share it with them. Sometimes a timely perspective can help someone overcome a difficult chapter or realize why they haven't been able to move forward. See you in the next video, where we'll explore the lucky colors for Gemini in 2025.